Hi, it's Nurse Cathy. It's time for On 5 on Fridays again. Well, April 24th is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Now, there's generally 2 drug take-back days per year, and they're generally in the spring and in the fall. Drug disposal locations are becoming more prevalent in communities and are open and available to accept meds throughout the year, so don't worry if you miss the official day. Opioid abuse remains a top public health concern, along with accidental poisoning, and that's especially among children. And misuse of prescription drug killers is concerning because it's easy for users to become addicted, and these painkillers can also be a gateway to drug use with illicit drugs such as heroin. 86% of the urban IV drug users used opioids for non-medical reasons prior to using heroin, and they were introduced to the opioids by a family member, a friend, or through a personal prescription. Now, the DEA began drug take-back days in 2010, and since its inception, the DEA has collected 12 million pounds, or over 6,300 tons of prescription drugs. That's a lot. Now, there are several items which are not allowed or accepted on Take-Back Day. Now, they are your syringes, needles, or sharp boxes. And the sharp boxes are those boxes that are used to collect needles in, such as diabetic cues. So those aren't allowed. Inhalers or aerosol cans aren't allowed. You know, they have a tendency to be explosive, so if they would become punctured or thrown in a fire, they could explode. And then also, they do not accept mercury thermometers. They don't accept iodine-containing medications, and they don't accept any kind of illegal drug substances, and this includes marijuana. They don't accept it. Now, even though they don't accept inhalers or aerosol cans, as of 2019, they will be accepting vaping devices and cartridges. So it's a good opportunity to get rid of those vaping items. You know, people ask, can I throw medications in the trash? Well, from everything that I've read, yes, you can with certain precautions. This includes some prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications. Now, be sure to look at the packaging insert for the disposal method. Now, if you are disposing of medications in household trash, you're going to need to mix with an unpackable substance such as dirt, used coffee grounds, or kitty litter. You're going to want to crush the tablets or empty the capsules before mixing them with the dirt or coffee grounds or the kitty litter. Now, you're going to place them in either a sealed plastic bag or an empty container before you throw them into the trash. Okay, this is how I would do it. I would take a freezer bag. I would put my dirt or my coffee grounds in here, and then I would take my medication, pour them in here, and then I would seal it up, and I would crush with my rolling pin. Roll it over, and I would crush with my rolling pin. By the way, ladies, I also do this when I crush crackers for my meatloaf. So I would roll it over, crush it this way, and then I would seal with packing tape to make sure you've got it sealed securely. Okay, the other thing I would recommend is I would also do this in a well-ventilated area, and I would also wear a mask, and I would also wear gloves, because when you're crushing a medication, you do not want to risk inhaling anything. Now, before I would go through all of this, what I would first do is check with my pharmacist, because your pharmacist might have available a resource where you can just bring the medication into the pharmacy and he'll dispose of it. He or she will dispose of it. The other option is that there is what they call take-back envelopes, and they basically do the same thing that we're doing right here. I don't know whether they are free or there is some cost associated, but I would first, before I would go through all this, I would check with my pharmacist. Now, people also ask if they can flush medications. Well, yes, you can. There's only really a select few that should be flushed, and that's because they're very harmful. In fact, they can be fatal if they were ingested by children, pets, and they're often very sought after by drug users. Now, one in particular is the fentanyl patch, and this is often used to treat chronic pain. Now, people also ask if flushing medications will pose a risk to the environment. Well, the stand taken by the FDA is that since there's only a select few medications which can be flushed, they only contribute to a very small fraction amount of the medicine found in surface and drinking water. Most medication found in water is a result of human elimination, and that's by way of urine and feces. Both the FDA and the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, state there's been no indication of environmental effects due to flushing medications. Now, you can locate the nearest drug take-back location on the DEA website, or your local and community resources generally advertise this also. Now, bring your unused or expired meds in the prescription bottles. Remove any personal identifiers such as labels on the bottles, and if you're unable to remove those, then take a permanent black marker and block out any kind of personal identifications, information's birth date, and the drug name. Now, if you're doing at-home disposal, remember you need to do the same thing with the those containers and prescription bottles, you need to also remove the label or black out the personal identifiers. Now, if by chance you can't locate a disposal location, then go to the FDA website and utilize the guidelines, Disposal of Unused Medicines, What You Should Know. Now, one last thought. When going through your medicine cabinet, don't forget your pet's medications, because they also can be included in this drug disposal. And that's all from me, folks. Hope you have a great week. Now, Ashley will be with you on Monday, and she's going to talk about foods that reduce pain.